All right, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys for joining me. We are doing our Australia certification. As you know, this is a long one, so I think this is part 3. So again, or is it part 4? Part 3 or part 4? Let me look on my YouTube. So again, I appreciate you guys. Highly recommend you complete these trainings. It's going to be part 4. There we go. The reason is because you never know what perks you're going to get. I mean, this week we're having so much. We have Sandals coming, or we have MSC coming to Vegas to do an event with us. We're having Drew from Carnival doing an event with us. So lots going on this week. There's actually a travel show going on, of course, when I'm in Hawaii, but lots and lots of things to do. So again, you know, when you complete these certificates and stuff, guys, you get invited on all these events and everything. So make sure to finish it. If you don't finish it with us, I do have them recorded, but make sure you finish them on your own, okay? All right, so we'll go over here. Is this where we're at? Australia Foundations. Says overdue. Did we do this? Did we finish it? Let me see. So we finished that. So are we on Victoria? Let me know if everybody's at this same place.
Let's see. I'm not at the same place.
Okay.
Victoria, where is Victoria?
So it's under Australia Foundations.
I'm not there either, and I did exactly what you did.
Okay, so let's look. So let's click on training. Maybe no, we want. So I got my learning.
Did you click on live training?
I just clicked down here. I'm on the home page here. And I narrowed down to my learning. You guys have my learning there?
This is Hossie Specialist, right?
Then why do we go through this all the time?
I know. That's again, it's a little complicated.
Because if I click on courses, I don't see my learning.
Okay, so let's go to the home page. Click on home. When you click on home, right underneath training, it should say my learning and announcements.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it should say.
And yours doesn't.
Now, what if I click on live training? You think it'll say it that way?
And try that.
Let's see.
Okay, so live training learning catalog. This is walking in the dream.
See now what you got right here. I see that. Okay, I went back to home, and it still just says G-Day. We're stoked to have you. I still don't see my learning. But you know what? Maybe I'll just get. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. Now I'll see my learning.
Now you see my learning?
It says Introduction to Australia, training course, building an itinerary, training course, come and say G-Day.
Okay, those are all ones we've completed we've completed all those. So if you look at completed, so again, if you're not caught up, you need to catch up on those because building an itinerary.
No, I have them all completed because I was on with you, you know.
Okay, so it should be under completed. So up here is the ones we still need to do. So let me know, does anybody have any of these? Australia Foundation, Lux Expert, Training Course Victoria. Does anybody have these?
Yes.
I do, yes.
I have Lux
the only one.
Okay.
I guess I was the only one that didn't have it.
All right, maybe. Okay, so does everybody want to start here with the overdue Australia Foundations?
Sure, I'll just follow.
Okay, well, like I said, maybe go up here to search and do Australia Foundations and see if it comes up.
Okay. So go ahead. I don't want to hold you guys up.
Okay, so if you click on Australia Foundations, it should pull up like this, overdue. Click on it. Hopefully. Okay. And then we completed South Wales, we completed Queensland, and now we're doing Victoria.
Okay.
Okay, everybody here? Again, maybe click this link in the chat box. It should take you here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit view. Gonna pull us in. All right. And then we're gonna launch, okay? So add to plan, launch, 1, 2, 3, get 20 points. Let's get going. Okay, then I'll go ahead and launch it. And let me know if you're here with me. Da, da, da,
That's the
do, do, do.
What is the date today? 14th.
Tomorrow's payday, commissions. All right,
Yeah, I was just
Victoria.
thinking that.
Yeah, money, money. All right, so everybody should be here. We're gonna go ahead and get started. If for any reason you're still trying to get in and stuff, don't worry, just listen. And then once we get to the test, then we will make sure you're all there. All right, let's get started. Welcome to the Victoria module. This module will take you through some of the key highlights, experiences, events in Victoria. This will give you even more opportunities to create exciting itineraries for your customers, including extensions and upgrades. Match these to your customers' preferences, and you will have everything you need to create the ideal Victoria experience. By the end of this module, you'll be able to identify key highlights, experiences, and events in Victoria, promote Victoria to your customers, and describe the best ways to travel around Victoria. So let's get started. All right, first video. All right, hold on one sec. I just need to click here. Hold on one sec. Ba-ba-bum. Sorry, I just had to multitask. Okay, Victoria is Australia's smallest mainland state, covering only 227,600 square kilometers. The compact nature of Victoria means that it can offer a wealth of diverse and quintessential Australian experiences and attractions within close proximity to the city. Located beside the Yarra River, the capital Melbourne is a sophisticated, stylish, cosmopolitan city that is a place of intense creativity where progressive attitudes reign and diverse expressions of culture wait around every corner. Visiting Melbourne and Victoria is different to other Australian states. It's less about what you see and more about what you feel. It's immersive, authentic, best experience by exploring Such diversity of landscape means from coast to mountains, desert to plains to rainforest, wineries to wildlife, visitors can hit the open road in any direction from Melbourne and enjoy ample opportunities to spot abundant native Australian animals in their natural habitat. Okay, so you have Melbourne, let's see, okay, so look and see where they're at. Melbourne, Yarra Valley, Mornington Peninsula, Daysfield, Macedon Ranges, Phillip Island, Great Ocean Road, Goldfields, Grampians, High Country, Gippsland, Murray, and Geelong and Balarian. Where is Victoria? Do you know where Victoria is? Let's look at the map below. All right, where is Victoria? Anybody know?
That one right there. It's
Which?
that little, yeah, no, down,
Oops, sorry.
down. Yeah, that one right there, that one.
Very good. So right there, well done. It's right at the bottom on the right. Okay, guys? All right, very good. All right, what is the capital of Victoria? Click on the city that you believe is the capital of Victoria.
It's Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Thank you. Very good. All right, how do we get around? So by air, Melbourne is a major international gateway into Australia, with many airlines servicing the city from around the world. Melbourne Airport is located approximately 25 minutes drive by taxi and from the city center. Skybus operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from the airport to the city, and in the most economical method of traveling from the airport. Regular flights link Melbourne with the regional centers of Mildura, Bendigo, and Wodonga. Albury Airport. Although charter flights and smaller operators provide services to other regional centers, you have, oops, sorry, go back. I gotta go back. I know, sorry, missed. All right, by rail, the overland is a train journey operated by Journey Beyond, taking passengers from Adelaide to Melbourne in 9 to 12 hours, depending on the scheduled stop. It is also possible to travel from Sydney to Melbourne by rail, a 10 to 11-hour journey. CNSW train link for more information. Again, you can click that, download it for more information, save it in your binder. Intercity trains arrive and depart from Southern Cross Station. What are you guys eating? All right, by coach. Coach services enter the city and depart again from Southern Cross Railway Station in the city center. Express coaches connect Melbourne with other major Australian cities, including Sydney and Adelaide. And then public transportation. Getting around Melbourne is easy thanks to the integrated network of trains, trams, and buses. Underground City Loop rail system serves 5 stations in the central business and shopping area, and all suburban trains leave from Flinders Street Station. All passengers need a Mickey card, which are available for purchase at all train stations. Melbourne operates a free tram network in the city center. The City Circle tram is a convenient way to move around the city as it passes a number of Melbourne sites and attractions. And then self-driving. One of the best ways to explore the natural wonders of Victoria is by jumping in a car and following one of the various touring routes that traverse the state. Melbourne is the ideal starting point for discovering Victoria's rugged, dramatic coastlines, vine-filled valleys, tall mountain forests, charming regional villages. The Great Ocean Road is one of Australia's most famous spectacular self-drive routes. The Great Southern Touring Route, taking in Bellarine Peninsula, Great Ocean Road, Grampians, and Ballarat, is a perfect way to uncover the region connecting Australia's 2 largest cities. The Sydney to Melbourne Coastal Drive is a great way to discover natural beauty, self-drive experiences. Go Beyond touring route features regions approximately 1 hour out of the city, including Yarra Valley, Mornington Peninsula, Phillip Island, and Geelong and Ballarine. And again, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. All major car rental services are available at Melbourne Airport and also in the city center. All right, has anybody been to Melbourne? Australia, definitely would love to go. All right, Melbourne is Australia's largest city, consistently crowned the world's most livable city. Melbourne embraces the new rewards the curious while simultaneously honoring the old, and is the beating heart to Australia's culinary and event center, culinary, cultural, and event scene. Half the fun is finding the hottest bars, cafes, galleries, boutiques, and live music venues. A day in true Melbourne style. Sitting outside in a city laneway with a coffee before exploring the city with the local, on a walking or cycling tour, uncovering laneways and arcades with hidden bars, restaurants, and cafes. Stopping by the NGV and gazing up at the world's largest stained glass ceiling by Leonard French, and saturating the day with eye-popping temporary and permanent exhibitions. Or heading to Queen Victoria Market to indulge in a foodie tour, tasting the very best products on offer, uncovering specialty foods, and learning about the fascinating history of the iconic heritage listed market food halls. All right, so again, over here, Melbourne, okay. All right, another quick short video. Okay. All right, did you know 4.9 million, I did get finished through that, right? Okay. Did you know 4.9 million people count themselves lucky to be the residents of the most livable city in the world, an award that the Economist Intelligence Unit has bestowed on Melbourne 7 times in a row from 2010 to 2017. Okay, here we go. Melbourne's cobblestone laneways are lit up by colorful street art, providing an impromptu art tour throughout the city. Famed for its food, fashion, and creative scenes, Melbourne is also home to a collection of world-class attractions. Sky-high views of Melbourne can be enjoyed at Melbourne Sky Deck. Back on solid ground, learn about the history of Melbourne with a visit to the Melbourne Museum, which sits alongside the World Heritage listed Royal Exhibition Building. A visit can include a behind-the-scenes tour of the iconic MCG, or breathing in the fresh air of the Royal Botanic Gardens, discovering the beating green heart of Melbourne. Melbourne has long been recognized as the events capital of Australia. Take one look at the ever-growing year-round. Who's here? Okay, sorry. So I'm supposed to be here by myself and the door open. So if I get killed, let me know. All right. A year-round lineup of major sporting events, food and fashion festivals, blockbuster stage shows, and live music performances. You'll quickly see why, regardless of the time of year, visitors can expect to be swept up in the non-stop festivals and fun. Ending the day at one of Melbourne's rooftop bars with the sun setting is a perfect place to enjoy the urban outlook and try some local wines or microbreweries. Aries. All right, there are more than 2,000 cafes and further 3,000 restaurants in Melbourne, offering some of the best dining experiences in Australia. Something keeps beeping. All right, pick a personality and you'll find a Melbourne neighborhood to suit your style. For those who want to feel sand between their toes or the wind in their hair as they hurtle along a roller coaster, St. Kilda it is. St. Kilda is Melbourne's favorite beachside suburb where locals and visitors alike love to walk or cycle along the foreshore, grab a drink at the Esplanade, ESPY Hotel, and wander the iconic Esplanade Sunday Market. Or for those who are feeling a little more boho and fancy fossicking for vintage finds, the Fitzroy is the place to be. Brunswick Street is the center of the alternative suburb, dotted with retro fashion boutiques, bookshops, and secondhand stores. On the weekend, find emerging artists and designers at the Rose Street Market. The suburb is dotted with bars, restaurants, galleries, and boutiques. For live music fans, Collingwood is a must. It is known for its live music, edgy eateries, and quirky creativity. Did you know Melbourne is one of the few major cities in the world that can be traversed by hot air balloons? All right, Mornington Peninsula. Beautiful, look at that. Famous for its laid-back charm, the Mornington Peninsula is home to golden beaches, sophisticated seaside villages, charming hinterland hamlets. Beautiful escape just 1 hour from Melbourne. Boutique wineries, cellar doors, craft breweries, distilleries sit alongside innovative restaurants, local produce stores, and farm gates. Combine this with art galleries, manicured, oh my gosh, gardens, geothermal springs, and renowned golf courses, and you have a relaxing, indulgent experience. Visitors traveling by car can take a 40-minute ferry ride across Port Phillip Bay between Sorrento and Queenscliff to continue their adventure. How about Mornington Peninsula? All right, take All right. Did you know Golf Australia has ranked 9 courses on the Mornington Peninsula amongst the top 100 public access courses in Australia? All right, Yarra Valley and Dandenong Ranges. Okay. So the Yarra Valley and Dandenong Ranges offer a peaceful yet stimulating escape only approximately an hour from Melbourne. One of Australia's premier wine growing regions, the Yarra Valley offers an exquisite food and wine experience. Sensory adventure continues in the Dandenong Ranges, where idyllic scenes of verdant forest and charming scenes of quaint villages peacefully coexist. An enjoyable visit to the area can start with a hot air balloon flight, followed by champagne breakfast at Rockford Wines or Chateau Yering Historic House Hotel. Healesville Sanctuary is home to dingoes, kangaroos, wombats, and exclusive platypus, which guests can view from a specially designed nocturnal enclosure. An overnight stay is the best way to enjoy the region and complete the local experience with some fine wine and dining. Day tours from Melbourne are also available. The Dandenong Ranges are a haven full of secret fern glades, towering trees, and delightful villages. Puffing Billy, Australia's oldest steam train, winds through the lush forest for a unique view of the scenery. All right, Yarra Valley and Dandenong Ranges. Okay, then here is the video. Did you know Yarra Valley has over 60 cellar doors and is home to some of the best cool climate wines Australia has to offer? Okay, Mornington Peninsula and Yarra Valley. Approximately how
Yeah.
far away? First question. How far away are both Mornington Peninsula and Yarra Valley from Melbourne? 2 hours, 30 minutes, or 1 hour?
1 hour.
An hour.
Very good. Thank you very much. Did everybody get that? Yes, yes, yes. Flying spiders. All right, congratulations. You've now completed part 1 of the Victoria module. Click back. So that was a pretty quick one, right? All right, let's move on to the second portion. I just clicked back, closed the player, and went to part 2. So again, let me know when you're there. All right, now we're going to learn about Phillip Island, Murray. Overview. Let's get started. Okay, Phillip Island, I love the penguins. One of Victoria's favorite coastal playgrounds, Phillip Island, located 90 minutes from Melbourne, and is a natural wonderland packed with native wildlife, rugged coastal trails, surf breaks, sandy beaches, aquatic adventures. By day, friendly locals welcome visitors to their small batch breweries and boutique wineries. And every night, a hush falls over the island as hundreds of little penguins make their nightly march up the beach. The Penguin Plus experience is recommended, as your customers can watch the nightly event from an exclusive viewing platform. Additionally, learn more about the penguin colony by taking a guided ranger tour. Visitors are advised to bring warm clothing as nights can be cold and the weather unpredictable. Phillip Island video.
Let's cut it. Oh.
All right. Continue. How cute are these guys? In addition to the little penguin, visitors can take a fast boat ride to Seal Rocks, Australia's largest fur seal colony and home to more than 15,000 fur seals. Witnessing the seals in their natural environment firsthand as the boat drifts within meters of thousands of these playful creatures. Nearby Koala Conservation Reserve allows visitors to come face to face with koalas in their natural habitat, wandering through extensive trails in Australian bushland, which is also home to many animals, including wallabies, echidnas, and native birds. Visitors can enjoy Phillip Island on a day tour or spend the night there and wake up to the sounds of the ocean and abundant wildlife. Did you know there are 32,000 breeding pairs of little penguins in Phillip Island? The largest collection of penguins in Australia, approximately 2,000 of them land on Summerland Beach every evening during the famous penguin parade. How fun would that be, right? Goldfields. It's like an old town, right? During the 19th century, prospectors came from all over the world to find a new future in Ballarat and Bendigo. The wealth and opulence of Australia's 19th century gold rush continues to shape the goldfields today. Visitors traveling goldfields route can follow the footprints of these fortune hunters and inspired through magnificent architecture, celebrated art galleries, and historic theaters. Ballarat is just 90-minute drive. 90-minute drive could be a test question from Melbourne, and the award-winning Sovereign Hill Outdoor Museum is the ideal place to learn about Australia's gold rush history. Set on a former gold mining site, Sovereign Hill recreates a hustle and bustle of life in the 1850s. Guests can stay at Sovereign Hill Hotel or spend the night at one of Ballarat's historic hotels, like the beautifully renovated Provincial Hotel. Visitors can experience Sovereign Hill on a day tour from Melbourne or choose an extended tour to include the Goldfields and Grampians. All right, here's Goldfields. yesterday. Sorry. All right, next. Okay, hold on one sec. All right, well, I was locked out yesterday and that's the password she gave me and that's how I got in. Thank you. Now that I know, I'll change it back. Okay. All right, did you know the Welcome Stranger, the world's largest alluvial gold nugget weighing approximately 7 kilograms, was discovered in Ballarat in 1869? What are the two main towns within Goldfields region? Is it this one? Bendigo and Ballarat?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Yay, Great Ocean Road. Oh, beautiful here. Renowned as one of the world's most breathtaking routes, the Great Ocean Road takes panoramic views to the new level with cosmopolitan villages, surf beaches, lush rainforests, waterfalls, and natural wonders dotted along the route. This coastal escape is endlessly inspiring. Many visitors take the whole route as a day tour, but it takes at least 2 days to really enjoy the beauty and natural attractions. One of the first stops along the winding Great Ocean Road is Lorne. Along the pier, get to know the town's Mediterranean feel and charming scenery, browse boutique gift stores, cellars, tempting eateries, and eclectic galleries. Set aside an hour or so for an easy walk to the spectacular Shiok Falls and look for nesting birds in the Swallow Cave. All right, Great Ocean Road. Look at this. Apollo Bay marks the start of a 104 kilometer, 65-mile Great Ocean Walk. Follows the dramatic coastline between Apollo Bay and landmark 12 Apostles, and it's a great way to meet wild koalas, kangaroos, and echidnas. The walk can be tackled as an extended trip of up to 8 days or broken down into smaller sections and day hikes with accommodations options available along the way. In the Otway Ranges, the Great Ocean Road briefly leaves the coastline, dares travelers to try the Otway Lie, a treetop walk 25 meters above the forest floor. The road then returns to the coast through the majestic Port Campbell National Park. Massive 12 Apostles are the most famous sight, but other highlights include the London Bridge, Rock Formation, and Lockhart Forge. Did you know the Great Ocean Road was built by hand by Australian soldiers who returned from World War I, needed work during the Great Depression? It took 14 years to complete and is now one of the world's largest war memorials. Okay, oh, look at the koala bears. More of the nature's beauty is on the show, on the Bay Islands Coastal Park en route to Warrnambool, the largest city of the Great Ocean Road. This charming coastal city has interesting maritime history told in detail at the Flagstaff Hill Museum. City is also famous for whales that visit each year to calve at Logan's Beach between June and September. Tower Hill Wildlife Reserve, funnel-shaped crater formed by a violent volcanic eruption 25,000 years ago, offers visitors close encounter with native animals such as emus, koalas, and kangaroos. Local Warren Gundinj guides share their local perspectives on nature, wildlife, and indigenous culture. Just 20 minutes further down the road is the historic fishing village of Port Fairy, known for its dozens of beautiful heritage buildings. The Great Ocean Road. Is this statement true or false? Apollo Bay marks the start of the Great Ocean Road. Anybody know?
This is false.
False. Very good. Thank you so much. All right, the Murray River flows 2,530 kilometers, 1,572 miles, and forms the border between Victoria and New South Wales. Along its banks are sandy river beaches, Red Gum Forest, and Riverside Historic Towns, Echuca, Swan Hill, and Mildura. Visitors can take a river cruise on a paddle steamer or hire their own houseboat. Canoeing, water skiing, wakeboarding are also popular water activities. The vibrant region is known as being one of the state's food bowls, with artisan producers, wineries, and destination restaurants located throughout. History enthusiasts will love nearby Mungo National Park, where some of the world's oldest Homo sapiens remains were discovered, dating back to 40,000 years. Wow. Region. All right. Continue. Geelong and Ballarat combines charming coastal villages with a lively, evolving waterfront city. Geelong is a city that continues to thrive with vibrant, creative hubs, urban precincts, and hip eateries. Ballarat offers golden sand beaches at alfresco dining, just caught seafood, boutique wineries, wildlife experiences on Port Phillip Bay. Visitors can meet local makers and growers along the Ballarat Taste Trail, wander down historic streetscapes, or tee off at lush golf courses. Alternatively, surf, paddle, and swim in the bay and ocean beaches, and get close to the local wildlife in Port Phillip Bay, or take a scenic flight across the peninsula. All right, here's another video. Grampians. Breathtaking landscapes of the Grampians exhilarate adventures and inspire painters, featuring majestic rock faces, hiking trails, lookouts, and waterfalls, along with plenty of native wildlife. This 3-hour drive northwest of Melbourne is worth the journey. It is also home to one of Victoria's most celebrated restaurant experiences. This destination is also high up on the Epicureans list. Grampians Garraward National Park is one of Victoria's most popular destinations for rock climbing and abseiling. Features more than 160 kilometers, 99 miles of walking tracks such as Mackenzie Falls Trail, Pinnacle Trail, and Grampians Peaks Trail, including waterfalls and scenic lookouts. For the local Garraward Aboriginal people of the area, the Grampians have always been spiritual place, and local caves contain many indigenous rock paintings. Visitors can learn more about local indigenous culture at Brambook, the National Park and Cultural Center. A 3-day stay here is ideal for exploring all the natural attractions, although travelers often combine a visit to the amazing national park with a trip to the Goldfields region and the Great Ocean Road, creating an unforgettable tour of regional Victoria. All right, next, did you know Grampians, Garward National Park encompasses an area that is more than 500 million years old. A number of Aboriginal tribes live in the region and regard the park as a sacred place. All right, Grampians, drag the question into the correct answer. All right, so hopefully you guys pay attention. Which location is commonly combined with Grampians and the Great Ocean Road?
The Goldfields region.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, very good. Oh, we only have 1 of 1. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thought it was going to be.
What? Okay.
That was quick. All right, thank you very much. Let's do our third one.
Yay.
Yay. All right.
Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that lighthouse. That
And
is cool. Mhm.
here we go. Here we go. Ba, ba, ba. All right, North America, Gippsland, High Country, events, selling tips. All right, module 3, let's get started, or part 3, Gippsland. Home of the beautiful national parks, rustic seaside villages, stunning mountain landscapes. Some visit the collection of wineries and culinary gems, while for others, it's a paradise for nature lovers and bushwalkers. The landscape at Wilson's Promontory National Park is a stunning natural showcase, and the new Pennicott Wilderness Journey cruise adds much to do to every itinerary. Excuse me. Visitors will be amazed by this iconic granite monolith surrounded by azure blue waters and protected by thousands of barking fur seals. Mysterious untouched island sits undisturbed off the rugged coast of Victoria's Wilson's Promontory. Gippsland. Further inland are several historic gold mining towns like Walhalla, which became home to over 3,500 people following the discovery of gold in 1863. Only around 35 residents live here today, keeping the spirit and memories of Walhalla alive. Surrounding regions has a rich farming industry, and there are plenty of wineries, cheesemakers, and fruit and berry farms to visit. New ones. Right. Did you know Wilson's Promontory, sorry, but I always pronounce things wrong, and you can tell because I redo it again. Is the Australian's mainland's southernmost point and notable for its outstanding bushland and coastal scenery. Gippsland Lake provides a wide range of activities, including swimming, fishing, cycling, boating, sailing. More relaxed travelers may prefer to stroll through the waterfront villages of Paynesville, Matung, and Lakes Entrance, where the lakes meet the sea. The region's second nature paradise is Krojingjongolong National Park. I know I butchered that one. UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve that extends more than 100 kilometers, 62 miles along the coast. The park offers majestic sand dunes, a network of bushwalking tracks, and great bird watching. On the way to Malakuta, the Coastal Wilderness Park at Cape Conran offers 60 kilometers, 37 miles of isolated sandy beaches facing south over the rugged Bass Strait. The region is part of the Sydney-Melbourne touring route, a 3 to 7 day self-drive tour inviting travelers to discover the rich and varied landscapes between Melbourne and Sydney. High Country. The unique region lies approximately 2.5 hours northeast of Melbourne and popular stop on the Melbourne-Sydney Drive. Visitors experience a natural high in Victoria's epicenter of outdoor adventure. Biking, hiking, horseback riding all offer spectacular views of tranquil lakes, rolling plains, and this area is known for its scenic alpine landscapes in Falls Creek, Mount Buller, and Mount Haddam. Historic towns such as Bright, Bushranger, Folklore in Glaurenden. The High Country also boasts 7 wine regions, an abundance of craft breweries, and some of the state's finest Epicurean villages. There are tour operators offering a variety of bicycle, hiking, and food tours in the region. What are your thoughts? And I can do it. I can share it, Haley, the cost. Okay. True or false? Is this statement true or false? Wilson's Promontory National Park is located in the Grampians region of Victoria. True?
False.
It's false? Oh my gosh. You are good. Correct. Thank you for paying attention. All right, how about events? From international food and wine festivals, art exhibitions to action-packed sports, Victoria hosts many world-class events. Oops, sorry. Let me go back here. Sorry, missed that. Okay, so you have the Australian Open tennis in January. Melbourne is home to one of the most anticipated tournaments of the tennis circuit and the first of the 4 Grand Slam tennis events. Australian Open. During 2 weeks of play, the world's best tennis players compete to be crowned the Australian Open champion. In addition to witnessing elite tennis greats on the court, the Australian Open Festival atmosphere offers a full spectrum of entertainment, food pop-ups, celebrity chef engagements, and family-friendly activities. Oop, gosh darn it. Hold on. I always mess up. Too many things to click. All right. All right. There we go. Okay. Formula One Australian Grand Prix. This is in March. Formula One Australian Grand Prix is the ultimate playground for the world's biggest stars. Watch as the fastest cars in the world tear up the Albert Park Grand Prix circuit just minutes from the city. For over 4 days in March, enjoy the electrifying atmosphere as Melbourne comes to life with racing teams and fans descending on the city. Whether you are a motorsport fan after Full Throttle or want to soak up the glamour of this star-studded event, Formula One Australian Grand Prix presents something for everyone. The Food and Wine Festival, lovers in this hundreds and thousands each year come to indulge in bespoke events that fill Melbourne's labyrinthine network of restaurants, laneways, lights turned down restaurants, dizzying rooftops, as well as spilling into spectacular regional Victoria. Melbourne Food and Wine Festival is all about supporting and cultivating the very things that make Melbourne and the surrounding regions a gastronomic playground. Fashion Festival, and that's in March, one of the premier fashion events in Australia. Melbourne Fashion Festival sees an audience of around 45,000 preview the latest trends on runways and in exhibitions, workshops, parties, and fashion films held during the 9-day event. For those particularly inspired, the ready-to-wear collection are available in shops and retail outlets around the city. And last one is the Melbourne Cup in November, race that stops a nation. Every year in November, the whole of Australia stops for the Melbourne Cup. Melbourne Cup at Carnival is a week-long festival, more than just a horse race. It's a unique social cultural tradition dating back to 1861. Combines the best of what Melbourne and Australia has to offer: sport, food, wine, fashion, social interaction. For the racing fanatics taking in the spectacular or a curious visitor on holiday, never a dull moment during the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Events. What is the race that stops the nation? Bank of Melbourne largest Formula One or Melbourne Cup?
Melbourne Cup.
Melbourne Cup. Correct. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, itinerary suggestions. Let's go ahead and check that out. So you have, and again, you can maybe save these so when you offer it to your guests. Great Southern Touring Route, 3 to 7 days. Great Southern Touring Route travels southwest from Melbourne to Geelong, past the vineyards of the Bellarine Peninsula to the Great Ocean Road. This stretch of coastline, famous for its imposing beauty of the 12 Apostles, whale watching near Warrnambool, and historic shipwrecks which warn of the dangerous Southern Ocean. Turning Island, visitors can explore the walking trails, waterfalls, wildflowers of the Grampians National Park, and learn about Western Victoria's rich Aboriginal history and culture. Returning to Melbourne via Ballarat, travelers can experience the gold rush history of the 1800s in the Sovereign Hill. For those with more time, add Daylesford to the journey, just 2 hours from the Grampians and 30 minutes from Ballarat. Staying in luxury hotels and enjoying the finest regional produce at award-winning restaurants. You have highlights: the Werribee Park Historic Mansion and Rose Garden, Geelong Waterfront and the National Wool Museum, learning to surf in Turquoise, Otway National Park featuring the Otway Fly Treetop Adventure, the 12 Apostles Lodge Walk, Warrnambool and Flagstaff Hill Museum, Tower Hill State Game Reserve, bushwalking and wildlife, bushwalking in the Grampians National Park, and gold rush history at Ballarat and Sovereign Hill. Other suggestions. So you now have Melbourne to Sydney Coastal Drive, 3 to 7 days. So driving from Melbourne to Sydney means traveling at your own pace, choosing your own highlights, wandering through national parks, discovering native wildlife, cooling off at white sand beaches, and all the way each passing town tempts the taste buds with the freshest local seafood, matched with local wines. The coast itinerary takes the popular towns of Inverloch, Metung, and Malakuta. But first, the southernmost tip of mainland Australia, Wilson's Promontory National Park, offers a spectacular landscape of huge granite mountains, rainforests, remote beaches, and coastlines. It's a great idea to venture inland on the first 2 legs of the journey and explore the green hills of West Gippsland and its fertile farms and historic villages. Visitors can also discover Victoria's Gold Rush past in the tiny historic village of Walhalla, now home to less than 35 people. Highlights: the little penguins ashore each night at Phillip Island, Wilson's Promontory National Park, white sand beaches, rock formations, unique bushland, Metong, a charming fishing village, Krajalalong National Park, known for its bird life and giant sand dunes, Eden Killer Whale Museum, and koala spotting at Raymond Island. And then 3 of 3, go beyond Melbourne. This is a 3 to 4 day itinerary. Starting in Melbourne, the roads lead to the Yarra Valley, Dandenong Ranges, and Phillip Island. Then onto the white beaches and wineries of the Mornington Peninsula. Last stop is the Bellarine Peninsula, which can be accessed by short 40-minute ferry crossing across Port Phillip Bay. Journey winds through lush valleys, scenic coastal landscapes where cellar doors and farm gates have plenty of local wines and fresh produce on offer. Visitors will have a chance to see native wildlife up close, relax in beautiful parks and gardens along the way. Highlights: Healesville Sanctuary, Native Wildlife Zoo, vineyards in the Yarra Valley, balloon flights over the Yarra Valley, little penguins of Phillip Island, fruit picking on the Mornington Peninsula, historic villages of Sorrento and Portsea, swimming and with the dolphins at Sorrento, and visiting farm gates along the Bellarine Taste Trail. Fact or fiction? Which touring route visits the Mornington Peninsula? Anybody?
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
have
go
to-
beyond Melbourne.
Year.
I think it's the middle one.
Middle one, go beyond. Correct. Very good. Top selling tips. Melbourne is a destination city for many international airlines and an easy hub for connecting with other key locations from Australia. So tip 2, Melbourne is a dream destination for city explorers, offering world-class cuisine, innovative theater, show, beautiful open spaces, exciting sporting events, amazing historic contemporary architecture. Melbourne delivers unique shopping experiences from local designers to global brands, all in the city's laneways and arcades. Melbourne has been named the most livable city in the world several times by the Economist Intelligence Unit. It is also well known for being a safe, friendly destination for all visitors. And then tip 3, self-drive. Victoria's compact size means that it is an ideal self-drive destination with many regional highlights, offering a diverse range of experiences within easy access of Melbourne, Great Ocean Road. And tip 4, this is natural beauty, beautiful, unspoiled national park, offers world-class outdoor experiences, including walking trails, the Great Ocean Walk, Millicent's Promontory Walk, Grampians Peak Trails, Great Southwest Walk are just some of the stunning long distance walks along the coast and through mountain ranges and highlands. Food and wine from the laneway, laneway dining to wine regions, coastal areas. Victoria's quality diversity of experience, its abundant produce and passion and innovation from its chef and producers make the states a mecca for foodies. And then events. Oops, sorry. I have a Escarret training starting now too, which I want to try to win a trip. Did you guys sign up for that? Always fun to sign up for all these things. Okay, Escarret. There we go. All right, events. Melbourne is home to several world-class events throughout the year. The event calendar is packed. Cultural sporting events draw thousands international visitors. Melbourne sporting events include the Australian Open Tennis, the Australian Formula One Grand Prix, Melbourne Cup Carnival, which includes the Melbourne Cup, and the Boxing Day Test at MCG. Culture events include Melbourne Fashion Festival, Melbourne Food and Wine Festival, and the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Okay. Right here. Okay, true or false? Melbourne is a great gateway for connecting with regional Victoria and other areas in Australia. True or
True.
false?
True.
That
True.
is
That's true.
perfect. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, why choose Victoria? Well, for what you've learned in this module, what key things would you want to tell your customers about Victoria? Type your response in here. So again, I'll just put lots of exciting things to do. Where do you put your response? Oh, here. Lots of amazing things to see and do. Suggestions. My customers should choose Victoria because it is 1, home to the cosmopolitan city of Melbourne, famous for its cafe and atmospheric laneways, an ideal self-drive destination to Great Ocean Road, spectacular driving route, a place to enjoy incredible food and wine in places such as Yarra Valley, Mornington Peninsula, etc. Okay. Sorry if that's loud. All right, where to go for more information? Right here is the websites. You can copy them down, or again, you can get back in this course and find them if you'd like, or just take a screenshot. Did you guys know if you take a screenshot with your phone, as long as you have a phone, you can then click and it'll pop up. Those links will pop up, or those phone numbers will pop up. I just learned that from my daughter. You guys probably all know that, but I didn't. All right, congratulations. You've now able to describe the key highlights, the most compact Australian mainland state that's rich in culture, nature, and adventure. Remember, visiting Melbourne and Victoria is different to all other Australian states. It's less about what you see and more about what you feel. It's immersive, authentic, best experience by exploring. One of Melbourne's greatest allures as a destination is a wealth of natural experiences available just outside of the city. Congratulations, you've now completed your Victoria module. You can now go back. You've got your badge. Yay, congratulations. And we have now completed that one. Let's go ahead and do another one. All right, so let's go back. Close player. yes. And let's see where we're going next. Congratulations. Okay, you got 20 points. Now we're going to go back to our training. So let's see, progress and activities, successful. Okay, so where do we go? Back maybe. All right, so we're 100% done with a foundation. So congratulations, you completed that. Okay, what's this one? This says overdue. Are these other ones? Okay. All right, so let's see what's next. I'm just gonna go back to home unless somebody sees a different way. All right, so now it looks like we have My Learning. Is this where you guys are at? Let me know. Go to the home page, go down to My Learning and see if that's what you guys have. Everybody
I
good?
see on mine.
You're there? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll go here. It looks like 4 of 8. Okay, so again, we're gonna probably do a few here and then we'll start it back up. We will not be having a training next week because I'll be in Hawaii. So we'll pick it back up. Okay, so we'll pick it back up in April because it looks like on the 28th we're doing Las Vegas. Okay, so we'll get through what we can today and then we'll pick it back up in April if that's okay. You guys okay with that? Okay. So let's go ahead and start here. Launch it. Learn what makes Australia luxury unique. Discover people, accommodations, signature experiences, and the best way to book. Themes covered include nature, wildlife, outback islands, coastal, cultural, active, and adventure, family-friendly honeymoon, romance, urban, food, and drink. So you want to focus on luxury. Here's the one you're going to use for that. Da, 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 do, 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 do. All right. In luxury Australia. All right, welcome to Luxury Australia Training Course Part 1. Travel planners understand that luxury means different things to different people. Some prefer traditional luxury in the form of premium hotel suites, while for others, a fireside camp under the Milky Way is perfect. And whilst in Australia, we can offer all manner of accommodations, we know that luxury travel goes far beyond the bedroom for travelers. Luxury is chance to step away from the busy routine, explore a different way of life, taking time to slow down and recalibrate the soul. Spending time immersed in a spectacular landscape, nature, and wildlife, exclusive access to rare and unique experiences. The opportunity to indulge in passions and spend quality time. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and put this on mute here. Sorry. There we go. Exclusive access to rare and unique experiences. The opportunity to indulge passions and spend quality time with loved ones. Australia offers all the above and much more. In Australia, we embrace authenticity and originality. We know that the luxury traveler expects a certain level of comfort, but we also know they are willing to take a step away from their everyday lives to discover why there is nothing like Australia and make magic memories as they do so. In this course, we introduce experiences and products, and we share ideas that can be used to create luxury Australian journeys that are unique as the individual traveler. Objectives you're going to learn today: understand luxury travel in an Australian context, how it aligns with your client's travel preferences and desires. Be able to recommend curated experiences, beehives, look at that, premium accommodations, immersive encounters across Australia. Be ready to work with Australian partners, develop original bespoke Australian itineraries that exceed the expectations of sophisticated and global travelers. So you have the luxury traveler, Aussie specialist team master. So most wealthy travelers will spend with ease if they feel the journey has personal value, and they rely on the travel advisor for ideas, guidance, reassurance, and perfectly planned executed itinerary. Generally, today's wealthy global traveler prefers to take longer, slower journeys to discover new places. Many are planning well in advance, and most are willing to spend more on experiences than they have in the past. For the first time in history, we have up to 4 generations of people traveling, and there is wealth in each of these generations. As a result, there are many varied motivators across the luxury travel market. Wellness travel is on the rise. However, it is not all about pampering treatments. Wellness includes pursuing one's passions, being active in the nature, choosing experiences that are kind to the planet and people for that feel-good factor. Some travel to fulfill a personal quest or wish list. Family and multi-generational trips continue to grow in popularity. Millennials, Generation X, the growing number of affluent travelers and digital nomads are looking to experience local lifestyles, feel immersed in their environment, eat in local restaurants, and have authentic hands-on experiences. High-end Australian itinerary can meet and exceed any of the above criteria. Additionally, it should be well-rounded with local lifestyle elements, privileged access, immersion, and celebration. It's all here. We just have to weave it into the journey. Okay, the Australian way. So adventure-filled days, world-class amenities, transformative experiences. Australia's unique style of luxury is where the brilliance of nature, culture, hospitality, and exclusivity meet, inspiring deep and lasting connections to our land, our people, and our way of life. It encompasses vast, diverse landscapes of natural beauty, encounters with the world's oldest, largest culture and wildlife found nowhere else on earth. This is enhanced by memorable dining, exceptional accommodation, genuine hospitality. Australia has a significant body of barefoot luxury and premium experiential product with strong appeal for the sophisticated global experience seekers. Australia also has premium product that will appeal to the traditional luxury traveler. There are rare, unique experiences across Australia that won't find anywhere in the world. Unforgettable experiences that immerse travelers in the essence of the destination with the acknowledgement of privilege of place that comes with discovering a sparsely inhabited island content. The signature experiences of Australia program and its 8 collectives are the heart and lungs of luxury. Product in Australia. Great place to start with over 700 plus commissionable experiences across culture, fishing, golf, indigenous lodges, walks, wildlife, and wine. We encourage Aussie specialists to complete each of the signature experiences of Australia collective training courses following this Luxury in Australia program. Signature experiences on Australia, luxury lodges of Australia. Look at that, beautiful. Ultimate winery experiences, great walks of Australia. Golf courses, discover Aboriginal experiences by the locals, Australian wild, ooh, look at those guys, oh my gosh. Wildlife journeys, cultural attractions, and then great fishing adventures. Fun, right? Okay, short video. Oh, it's a little longer video. I'll just speed it up just a little bit for you.
Life has drawn you here. Feel the warmth pulling you near. Breathe it in and let it feel your heart. It's like love. Cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins. Breathe it in your lungs will stay. You've seen it all before. Till you found something more. Breathe it in and let it fill your heart. It's like love, yeah. Cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins. Breathe it in your lungs will stay. For the first time, your love makes sense, you know. Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's like love, cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins, breathe it in your lungs will stay. It's like love, for the first time, it'll all make sense. You know it. It's like love, cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins, breathe it in your lungs will stay.
All right. Place, Australian Way, is not just a place you see, it's a place you feel. They keep mentioning that, right? This feeling may come from sharing a pristine environment with just a few others, accessing remote protected World Heritage regions in the company of a traditional custodian of the land, or the night sky full to the brim with stars, undiluted by urban life. For many, true luxury is spending time with loved ones in unspoiled environments. So you have Daintree, the oldest living rainforest of the planet. How cool is that? Great Barrier Reef, one of the greatest natural wonders of the world and the World Heritage icon. Ningalo Reef, okay, where outback meets the reef. And then Flinders Ranges, ancient grand scale landscapes, beautiful. Kimberley, one of the more remote places on the planet. The Red Center. Uluru, the spiritual heart of Australia. What is it? Uluru, right? Lord Howe Island, exclusive World Heritage tropical paradise. Tasmania, World Heritage wilderness. Lots of beautiful places. Australian Way, the people. Be a part of the Australian story, not just a spectator looking in. Truly immersive experience happens throughout interaction with the local communities to gain a deeper understanding of the local way of life. This may involve participating in our customs, traditions, enjoying our food, drinks, exploring the history and landmarks of the country. People that facilitate this immersion are the specialist private guides, hosts, and tour operators that provide access insight in their part of Australia. These destination experience specialists not only have the knowledge to share meaningful Australian stories to create connections, but they also take care of soft touches that make for an upscale experience. Some of these specialist-led experiences may not offer traditional luxury, but they are so rare or authentically Australian and are delivered in such a way that they must be included in a premium itinerary for their power of appeal and exclusivity privilege of access. The value of these expert guides can't be underestimated. Juan Walker, Walkabout Culture Adventures. Sab Nord Dienhoff, Lord Kadaku, Jenny Exiden. Again, you can take a picture of these. All right, in addition to these guides and authentic Australian characters who reveal their specialty with these, there are local tour operators who enhance and deepen the guest experience by gaining access to local artisans, characters, experts, specialists, and interesting Australians with a unique story to tell. Aquatic and coastal. Who loves the beaches, right? Australia has over 30,000 kilometers, 18,600 miles of coastline, more than 11,000 beaches, 8,222 islands, and 3 World Heritage reefs. It is estimated that 85% of Australian people live within an hour's drive of the coast, so it comes as no surprise that the Australian lifestyle includes many beach-based activities. Perhaps the most famous beach in the world, Bondi Beach, is a great place for a private lesson. Let's go surfing showcase beach life on their Bondi local and best of Bondi experiences. Arguably, the most delicious tour in Hobart, Nipaluna, combines stunning coastal scenery with local foraging. Book a private seafood seduction and Pentecost wilderness journeys. So again, here you got some pictures of seafood. Okay. Private chartered super yachts offer the ultimate in exclusivity on the West Coast Paradise, and Akiko spend their winters in the Kimberley. In Queensland, the Whitsunday Islands are perfect for chartering, and Whitsunday luxury yacht charters can help organize yacht charters to suit your client's needs. Onboard expeditions offers expeditions in the remote southwest of Tasmania aboard Odalisque III with only 6 cabins. She is a floating luxury lodge. All right, island escape. So for some travelers, diving, snorkeling, and adventure are the perfect island escape, while others prefer relaxing on a white sand beach. Lapped by crystal clear waters, happily many of our Lux Islands getaways offer both and much more. Hagerston Island Resort, rustic and wild for true adventurers. Lizard Island Resort, privacy, understand luxury and an array of activities. Orpheus Island Lodge welcomes children, family, accommodations, and varied experiences. Qualia, Hamilton's Island, sophisticated, stylish luxury option. Intercontinental Hayman Island, a bigger resort with stylish suites, pavilions, and residences. Capella Lodge, surrounded by stunning nature on Lord Howe Island. Our Aragila Retreat, scarcely a minute's walk from one of Lord Howe's island beautiful beaches. Wineglass Bay signature walk brings together coastal walks, wildlife expert guiding, and a classic ketch-rigged sailing yacht. Again, more pictures. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, wildlife. Who doesn't love animals? Whale watching available across our winter months in many coastal towns and cities, while to swim with whale sharks, whales, sea lions, dolphins is for many people a transformational privilege. On the west coast of Australia, the comfortable canvas tents of Salsalis welcome travelers to the Ningaloo Reef, an excellent place for marine and terrestrial wildlife encounters, including whale shark swims March to July, and humpback whale swims August to October. So look at that. I can't wait to go to Hawaii and swim with the turtles. We're going to snorkel with them. Look at these guys. Beautiful, right? So in June and July, dwarf mink whales visit the Great Barrier Reef. Forever inquisitive, these small whales are likely to interact with swimmers staying aboard privately chartered motor yachts arranged with Ocean Alliance, Chapman Yachting, Mike Ball Dive Expeditions, operates dedicated mink whale tours for those willing to share the purpose-built dive boat. Popara Dolphin Swims operates small group and private swimming with wild dolphins, Australian fur seals. Their foundation, Canopy of Care, promotes environmental education science, providing the chance to give back to local communities. All right, matching. So match the experience to the location. Great Barrier Reef, Ninga Reef, and Hobart year-round. Probably say this one maybe. Mink whales and whale sharks. So is it this and this? Or switch it?
I thought the mink whales was Ningaloo Reef.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
What do you guys think?
I think the sea.
No, the
Hobart.
Mingaloo Reef is the whale sharks. Is that what you said?
No, we switched.
Yeah, the swim with rail. We switched them, but swim with rail. Okay. So
Yeah, 'cause
Encounter.
I got it right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's right.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank
guys. Sorry. Yay, congratulations. You completed part 1 of Luxury Australia. Move on to part 2. Bum, 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 bum. All right, part 2, Aboriginal. Okay, let's see what this is about. Let's get started. Part 2, Aboriginal Australia. Discover Australia's indigenous cultures. Rediscover our own human history. Rock art, early stone tools dating back to as far as 65,000 years. Authentic experiences hosted by local custodians can be found across Australia's cities, small towns along the coast, and in the country as the world's oldest living cultures. These experiences invite visitors to learn about the rich heritage of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people. Islander people whose continuing connection with the land and sea have so much to teach us. At the Curry Heritage Trust, the culture of Aboriginal people is shared through events, exhibitions, and an exclusive meeting place. On a private guided walks to the Barongan William Common Ground, guests experience the Kulin Nation's history. Traditional owners of the Southwest immerse travelers in culture, song, and language at the WA Museum, Bula Bardep in Perth. And then from the comfort of Silky Oaks Lodge, fly via helicopter to Quincan Rock Art Country. These 35,000-year-old galleries constitute the longest continuous art collection in the history of mankind and a specialist guide that will explain their stories. Urban. So focusing on art, dance, and traditional culture has the power to safeguard Aboriginal heritage and strengthen intercultural relationships and understanding. Go behind the scenes of Bangara Dance Theatre, one of Australia's leading performance art companies, and step into over 30 years of stories and 65,000 years of culture. The team at Locally in Melbourne, NARM Craft Experiences with Lowell Hunter, a proud Newell saltwater man who has grown up in Gundajamar country. Lowell combines dance and sand art to connect travelers to Aboriginal traditions and culture. In Sydney, Warren Splendor Tailored Tours coordinate Indigenous hosted visits to the Australian Museum, explore the Garagarang and Bayanora exhibitions, and celebrate the spirituality and diversity of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. Guided by Aboriginal storytellers, Bridge Climb Sydney offers the Barara Climb unique immersion into the Aboriginal landmarks and a different perspective of the city below. Remote. Visit ancient and little-known Indigenous rock art galleries, meet local artists, purchase magnificent, authentic Aboriginal art across the north of Australia. Venture North offer deep dives into the Aboriginal history, art, and living culture of the top end. And whilst the accommodation on such expeditions will be simple, it is the guiding, the landscapes, the stories, and the incredible art of Aboriginal people that guarantee a rich experience. Near Watercar, Aboriginal culture experience and tours share the knowledge and traditions of the Luricha and Pertom people of Central Australia. Site Outback Australia takes travelers beyond the icons of the Red Centre to connect them with the land through culture, history, nature, and shared stories. Okay. Culture. Australia is home to many different cultures and communities. We are a friendly bunch, keen to share our good fortune on Australian way of life. From busy city streets, thriving regions to vast outback plains, hosted experience with guide that is passionate about their corner of the country will provide a connection that enriches all. South of Sydney, Warren, the team of experienced nature showcase the best of life between the bush and the beach and the beautiful small villages of the semi-rural region. All right, spending time with one of the charismatic guides from Acacia Luxury Private Tours on a multi-day journey to Victoria's Grampians or the high country reveals the character of the land and the people. Guide Geoff Scholes has been operating Gala Ranges safaris for over 30 years, a true outback man. Geoff shares his deep knowledge of South Australia's semi-arid desert, vast salt pans, and its wildlife. Again, there you go. There you go. Take a girls' trip, right? Okay, the country. Collaboration is the key to matching your client's personal interest with the passion and expertise of their Australian guides, and doing so will elevate their journey. In the shadow of its namesake, Mount Mulligan is a stylish lodge offering a wide range of outback experiences and the heritage of an early gold rush. With the team of Bogong Horseback Adventures, experienced horse riders can saddle up for an authentic high country ride, cozy mountain accommodations, Guest retreats, the frames overlook the Murray River and provide top quality luxuries. However, the real treasure here is time spent exploring the wildlife and riverland way of life with hosts Kathy and Rick. Bulo River Station, 162,000 hectares of rugged ranges crisscrossed by spectacular gorges and mighty river system. Working cattle property, Bulo operates in partnership with the Australian Wildlife Conservation to focus on conservation. On the Ara Peninsula, Australian coastal safaris offer a sense of freedom, authentic encounters with both Australian wildlife and Australian way of life. Again, check it out: fishing, exploring, and wildlife. Crabs. Okay, urban. Australia's cities are vibrant, safe, and small by global standards. Many have undergone a renaissance in recent years with reinvigorated laneways, city centers, thriving contemporary food and art scenes, plus the emergence of highly bespoke private guided discovery tours. Clams, yes. For travelers curious to understand what drives our decision makers, a behind the scenes visit to Australia's Parliament House includes private and official ceremony spaces. Have your Melbourne NARM guide check the fixtures and host your guests at an Australian rules football match at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. It's an Aussie as can be. Or immerse in the history and world-class facilities by taking a behind-the-scenes tour of MCG. Developments, okay, so here, again, lots of sports stuff. All right, developments in technology have given rise to the digital nomad travelers that set up a contemporary home in each destination. Villa specialists such as Lexico and Contemporary Hotels seek to provide the perfect home base. In Sydney, Warren, Splendor tailored tours will create a treasure hunt or an amazing race style tour across the city, ideal for families. They will include the major attractions and ensure special memories. Across our cities and towns, hotels of global acclaim offer stylish atmospheric accommodations. Some examples are Capella Hotel, elegant addition to the heart of Sydney. Langam, the most stylish playground on the Gold Coast. Como, the Treasury Island, magnificent restoration of a 3 historic Perth building. The Khalil, located in Brisbane, voted number 12 in the world's 50th best hotels. The Tasman, Hobart's waterfront, and Crystal Brook, Byron, surrounded by magical rainforest in Byron Bay. All right, very nice. Food and drink. Eating engages all our senses. We taste, touch, and smell food. We savor it with our eyes. We hear the hum of its delivery. Travelers are in heightened state of being when they dine, and so food and drink experience are an essential ingredient in a curated Australian journey. From spectacular dining rooms overlooking sparkling Sydney Harbour to regional destination restaurants celebrating local produce, Australia has its fair share of memorable culinary experiences. Flavors that linger are often those that provide connections to the land and people, such as sampling bush foods with an Aboriginal elder, meeting dedicated producers on pinch me moments with culinary wizards, and in the glorious Sunshine Hosts hinterland, meet passionate producers, enjoy delicious tastings on creative tours, paddock to plate experience. Creative tours, okay, so there, food, and more food. All right, take a Sydney seaplane to Broken Bay, Pearl Farm for a private tour of the Pearl Farm, a cruise on the Hawkesbury, and a grazing lunch. Alex and Jamie of Local Eyes share the way the locals live and welcome guests to lunch at their Sydney Warren home. How sweet is that? All right, so stay with the locals, right? Epicurious. Okay, there is a growing number of carefully clever, delivered hands-on experiences, opportunities to meet and cook with leading chefs, discuss distilleries and winemakers, as well as farm gate tours. Hosted by the expert guides of Coast and Company, Taylor Tour Company, guides explore South Australia's deep-rooted traditions in wine and food, include personal experiences at Casa Carboni Cooking School, Penfolds Magill Estate, Hentley Farm, Tasmania produces some of the world's finest wines and whiskeys. Premier Travel Tasmania hosts a day on the Whiskey Trail from Hobart, while unique charters, helicopters, guests from Launceston to Joseph Cromie Vineyard. Discover the nightlife of Sydney with an insider on an Australian luxury escapes, private bar and laneways evenings that combine heritage listing buildings with expertly crafted cocktails and local tips for further nocturnal adventures. Okay, almost done, guys. We'll go through this one and one more. Food and drink. Small hotels and lodges across the country and food offering a priority for both hosts and guests, marrying superb quality produce with wide-ranging cosmopolitan influences that are all a part of the Australian culture. At longitude 131, guests discover the wonder of the Outback's night sky during the signature dining experience. Table 131. Private dining experience can be arranged at the dune top with butler-style service, fine cuisine, and a sunset view of the Outback icons. Restaurant with Rooms, Lake House of Daylesford is a world-class destination for travelers with a passion for great food and wine. Cocktails. Kind of cool. Beautiful. Wouldn't you love to be sitting there? All right, there's something magical about being in a boat, rod in one hand, ice cold drink in the other. The Kimberley Coastal Camp Guide will help bring home a dinner of delicious fresh fish. Family owned and operated Cermet Winery in southern Queensland welcomes guests for tastings, behind the scenes experiences, picnics and restaurants dining, as well as overnight stays in the spacious tented pavilions. Family owned and operated, in the Adelaide Hills, Sequoia Lodge. Guests might choose to dine on their private deck overlooking the beautiful Pickering Valley or indulge in one of the estate's award-winning restaurants. Sommelier and desserts. Is that a dessert? All right, nature and landscapes in the Australian context, particularly in regional Australia. Luxury is about extraordinary landscapes and experiences that are brought to life and given deeper meaning by expert guides and local charters. From World Heritage listed rainforests and reefs to endless swaths of ochre outback, Australia's epic landscapes, diverse environments are the ultimate. Oh, did I lose, guys? Sorry, my computer just blacked out. Okay. On our planet. Okay, ultimate backdrop for a memorial holiday. Kimberley Coast is one of the last true wilderness areas on our planet. A mighty rock plateau that has been carved by huge rivers into thundering waterfalls, pockets of lush rainforest hides, caves of ancient art. Marine wildlife is abundant. Local knowledge is the key to successful Kimberley expedition, and Australian-owned small ship cruises offer exhibition-style comforts and experienced teams. True North, 18 cabins. True North 2, 11 cabins. Great Escape, 7 cabins. Ocean Dream, 6 cabins. So very intimate, okay? Great Walk of Australia, is a collective of multi-day walks suited to travelers that are willing to forego traditional luxuries in exchange for nature immersion. Hosted by passionate expert guides, the walks provide access to some of Australia's most spectacular terrain. Under the southern sky, surrounded by magnificent Flinders Ranges, Rawnsley Park camping experiences an independent night in a bush setting, complete with swag bedding and campfire tucker. That sounds fun, right? Kind of like glamping. Colors of the Dampier Peninsula are striking, and the Bardi-Jari people are lived here for generations. They share their stories with intrepid travelers staying at Signet Bay Pearl Farm. All right, icons. It's a big country, and while Australia has one of the most varied landscapes on Earth, there are some places that appear repeatedly on the traveler's wish list. Lord Howe Island is the World Heritage List is a World Heritage List and celebrated for its rare collection of plants, birds, marine life, and exceptional natural beauty. From Capella Lodge, guests will explore the island via hiking, biking, kayaking, snorkeling, and importantly, Capella's day-to-day operations underpin their commitment to the environment and community. At the western end of the Great Ocean Road is the seaside town of Port Fairy. The Drift House offers a stylish base from which to explore both the iconic coastline and this close-knit community. Perhaps the most iconic landscape of them all is the heart of the Central Australian desert in the Uluru Kata Tajuta National Park. Spirit of this land is uniquely Australian, and it is reflected in the luxe accommodation at longitude 131. And look how beautiful that is. Feel like I'm in like Sedona or something. Okay. Little glamping, right? Beautiful. Okay. All right, multiple choice. Kimberley, is Northwest Australia known for being a true remote wilderness, spectacular landscape, marine life, or all the above?
All the above.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. True or false? Aboriginal experiences are not available in Australian cities.
False.
That's a false.
That's what I thought. Yep. I mean, they try to tease you because it's Aboriginal, you know, it's a history, and then the city, but yep, we got it right. All right, one more, guys, and then we'll end it for today, and then we'll pick back up next month on that because we're going to be doing Las Vegas, I think. Is it Las Vegas next month, next week? Yes, Las Vegas training not next week, but the week after. All right, let's do this. All right, part 3. Do, 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 do. All right, part 3, overview, wildlife. Yay, I love animals. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, so welcome to Luxury Australia Training Course Part 3, Unique Wildlife. With a significant number of bird, land, and marine species endemic to Australia, our wildlife encounters offer a blend of personal enrichment, magical interaction, whether it be swimming with marine mammals, a safari drive, or a koala encounter in a sanctuary. Wildlife experiences for the upscale traveler should be in small groups or privately hosted by expert guides and wildlife carers who deliver a high level of interpretation, learning, and connection. Location is the hero of Bamaroo Plains, where an abundance of bird and wildlife is seen on safari drives, thrilling airboating excursions across the top-end floodplains. In several locations, passionate people care for injured, orphaned wildlife in natural settings. These sanctuaries survive primarily on donations, privately hosted behind-the-scenes visits, help with the funding. Example of sanctuaries offering exceptional interactions. Moonlight Sanctuary, Healesville Sanctuary, Barana Wildlife Sanctuary, and Devils at Cradle Mountain. Hi, little guys. Look at that little face. All right. While the focus of Jamala Wildlife Lodge is an exotic wildlife, it is surely one of the world's most individual accommodation experiences, and it is located at the National Zoo and Aquarium. Encounters with Australian native animals are available too. A stay at the new Southern Ocean Lodge is a celebration of rebirth, innovation, and beauty. For private wildlife interactions hosted by longtime island residents, add experiences with the exceptional Kangaroo Island and key marine adventures. Some of those kangaroos can look pretty fierce though, huh? All right. Citizen science. Okay, travelers with an interest in wildlife will value time with the specialist field guides, as well as the opportunity to contribute to citizen science and conservation projects. Guests of Murray River Trails contribute observations to iNaturalist and help track Echidna's parrots, and possums while exploring the Riverland region by vehicle, boat, canoe, or walking. Exmouth dive, whale sharks, Ningaloo, gather data for researchers, including which the individual whale, shark, and humpback whales are visiting the region. Additionally, they offer a day with marine biologists involved in the Ningaloo chapter of Project Manta. Near Canberra, a guided nocturnal visit to Mulligan's Flat Sanctuary provides the chance to see batongs, quolls, inchnadas, dunnets, and more. The woodland is managed for conservation and is free of feral species, so native wildlife flourishes. Again, there we go. Cute little guys looking up at the animals. There we go. What is that? Oh, there's his little face. Okay. All right. Encounters. Woohoo, sharks. All right, Australia has more endemic bird species than any other country on Earth. 84% of our mammals are unique to Australia, as are 93% of our reptiles, making Australia the perfect destination for nature lovers, wildlife photographer, birders, herpers, and mammal watchers. Live Ningaloo offers small group or private charters to swim with the whale sharks, March to July, and with humpback whales, August to October. Sapphire, guests visit the free-range Tasmanian devil encounters or enclosure, where an informative talk focuses on a unique threat to the species and the work being undertaken to protect them. From its inception, Paper Bark Camp at Jarvis Bay, south of Sydney Warren, has focused on care for the environment and the community in which it operates. Kangaroos are often seen as you wander to breakfast. Nocturnal wildlife spotting is rewarding, and the bay offers a bounty of marine encounters. While the Daintree rainforest is only 0.2% of Australia's landmass, it is home to 30% of our marsupial species and 90% of our bat and butterfly species. The guides at FNQ Nature Tours focus their experiences on these outstanding biodiversity. Oh, how cute. Alligator or crocodile, do you guys know the difference? All right, celebrations. Travel to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and other milestones is fast growing, and for wealthy global travelers, such celebrations resemble event management. Creative team on the ground in Australia can conjure up pure magic tailored to the occasion. Small and boutique lodges in beautiful natural settings, perfect for the exclusive use of extended family and friends, groups in search of privacy, and an array of shared adventures. House of Lizard Island, 4 guest suites. Paloris Island, 4 guest suites. Ocean View Eco Villages, Pretty Beach House. Arkaba Conservancy Homestead has 5 homestead rooms. Thinnest River Lodge has 6 guest rooms. Dairy Platform, 6 guest suites. And Spicer Peak Lodge, 12 guest suites. All right, here we go. Sitting out, relaxing, having your cocktail. For a big night out in Sydney, Warren, charter a luxury motor yacht such as One World and have a celebrity chef on board to treat your guests to a personalized menu with matched wines. In Melbourne, Narm, the National Gallery of Victoria hosts an unforgettable celebration after hours private tour followed by dinner within the gallery space for up to 30 guests. All right, how about travel? Adventure seekers, for those who want to move and feel the pleasure and well-being through activity, are well catered for across Australia. Destination specialists can curate a bespoke adventure to include hiking, fishing, sailing, diving, cycling, golfing, kayaking, and more. Golfers will be keen to tee off at Barnbougle, where the rollaway fairways are set amongst the dramatic landscape. The 12 Apostles Lodge Walk offers hikes from a purpose-built lodge. The walk covers both the rugged shipwreck coast and national parks alive with native flora and fauna. Okay, 12 Apostles, that's pretty cool. So, looks like they're soaking their feet. I wonder if they have the little fishies there. All right, Wildlife Adventures, Melbourne Pros, sorry, hosts private early morning paddle boarding and snorkeling experiences in quiet waters on the Mornington Peninsula. Soft adventure include hiking, mountain biking, quad biking, fishing, pretty much Any sort of active experience in style can also be found at any of the luxury lodges of Australia. Wellness, of course, that's a big thing now. Wellness travel design to soothe and strengthen the traveler. Often the travel itself is a remedy to the stresses of everyday life, adding to the positive impact of the overall journey. Physical and mindful balms will help restore body and soul. From exclusive spas to natural thermal springs, Australia presents varied wellness travel. Elysian Island offers wellness experience that reflect the beauty of the Whitsunday Islands. There is tranquility here, enhanced by the owner's commitment to protect and nurture the surrounding ecosystem. Australia's Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have been practicing natural wellness therapies for thousands of years. A walk in Perth Burler's King Park is good for the soul, and Kerry of Narongga Tours shares traditional stories and her knowledge of healing plants. The Mornington Peninsula near Melbourne Narm is home to natural hot springs, and the time of either Alba or Peninsula hot springs can be incorporated into a day tour or longer stay. Going one step further to the Great Victoria Bathing Trail connects hot springs and sea baths across the scenic state, such as Matong Hot Springs. Okay, here you go. Here you go, and here you go. All right, for many travelers, pampering spa treatment is a small part of a complete itinerary. Some of the best lodge and hotel spas across the country are the spa at Lake House, Victoria, Healing Waters, Silky Oaks, Southern Spa, Spa Sapphire, and Spa Qualia. Hold on one sec. Been completely we're going to use a precision. You can use my Zoom. I'm on a training right now, and I'll be there to support you. Sorry. All right, conscious traveler. Many luxury travelers have moved beyond carbon footprints and are expecting sustainability to touch every part of their travel experience. They may seek assurance that their spend is supporting meaningful, positive impact travel. Below are examples of Australian tourism experiences that focus on protecting and restoring our natural environment and conserving culture. Many more can be found in the Aussie Specialist Program Sustainability training courses. At the foot of the Grampians National Park and the biggest kitchen, with the biggest kitchen garden in Australia, the Royal Mail Hotel is an outstanding restaurant boutique hotel. Being at the center of a small community, it places an emphasis on both environmental and social sustainability. There you go. There you go. Australia's capital city, Canberra, is 100% powered by renewable energy. Many local businesses embrace sustainability. The Ovolo Nishi Hotel, proudly B Corp certified capital brewing company, Darara Aboriginal Cultural Tours, and the National Arboretum, home to one of the world's largest living collections of rare and endangered trees. And cocktails. All right, Arkaba Conservancy, located in the magnificent Flinders Ranges, 24,000 hectare property that was once a degraded sheep station is now a private wildlife conservation dedicated to the conservation of Australia's unique wildlife. And then local specialists. Okay, let's take a look at that.
Discerning travellers from all around the world. What they're after is moments that give them a genuine connection. Australia is the perfect place to deliver that.
It's impossible to intimately know and be up to date with every part of the globe, especially a country as large and vast as Australia.
To craft a truly exceptional bespoke itinerary for a well-travelled, high-net-worth individual, it's best to rely on an expert who lives and breathes a destination.
A high-end destination management company offers so much more than just booking exclusive accommodation, tours and transport.
It's more than just knowing when to go and what to visit. It's about knowing the intricacies of a destination.
Our luxury is deeply connected with Australia's wide open spaces.
Australia DMCs work with a vast network of contacts to curate unique experiences.
With local artisans, guides, interesting Australians, experts, all with a very interesting story to tell.
It's all about how to create a seamless itinerary, finding what clients truly want and going that extra mile will keep them coming back for more. We can get access to the places your clients want to visit.
When travelling with us, nothing is too much trouble.
We handcraft once-in-a-lifetime luxury and experiential journeys.
We'll show you a side of Australia your clients have never seen before.
Sophisticated experience seekers, we are the curators of true high-end itineraries in Australia.
Nothing is too hard, from private seaplanes to exclusive lodges, from private pristine beaches to once-in-a-lifetime cultural experiences.
Let us make the magic happen.
Trying to find a unique experience that's not available to the masses?
Unlock a destination with us.
There's nothing like Australia.
There's nothing.
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 There's nothing
Like Australia. Like Australia.
like Australia.
There's nothing like Australia.
All right. Nothing like Australia. Collaboration, communication, transparency, attention to detail are the utmost importance when planning a highly curated journey for a traveler willing to invest in the style of luxury they enjoy. For such complex itineraries, there's value in partnering with one of the leading destination management companies, DMC in Australia, such as Abercrombie & Kent, Alquery, Beyond the Blue, Equity Travel, Exclusive Travel Group, Ross Elite, Southern Crossing, Southern World, The Taylor, Touring Treasures, Unparalleled Journeys. Australian DMCs will open doors, find specialist guides, identify the right accommodations, luxury or expedition, boat, private villa, or private jet. They will arrange day tours, restaurant, tables, and airport transfers. They will ensure the client needs are catered for, and importantly, they will be here on the ground to cope with any last-minute changes or challenges. In working with your chosen partner, consider ways to elevate every experience. Be creative, urge them to privatize tours and locations, add a personal twist, or sprinkle in some fairy dust. Watch our value of an Australian destination management company video series here. Again, you can click there, watch those at your convenience, okay? Oops, did my thing get unplugged? Yes, it did. Sorry, it's trying to charge my thing. Okay. All right, so again, you can watch that at your leisure. I'm not going to go ahead and watch it today. Again, you can always come back to these two, okay? So your checklist. All right, so let's check this out. Through collaboration and the opportunity to be creative, extraordinary, new experiences, tours, events, and adventures evolve. Innovation is key to our industry, and going above and beyond has great intrinsic value for all involved in the trip. Each individual journey should be layered to include distinctively Australian experiences. Our diverse landscapes from ocean to outback, encounters with Australia's unique wildlife, engagement with Aboriginal Australians to learn of culture, tradition, and enhance connections to country, engagement with the Australian way of life through local people, the opportunity to learn new skills, indulge personal passions. As one travel designer said, consider Australia a patchwork of variety and layering, in contrasting embroidery to personalize the quilt. That's how we make magic for the discerning traveler. All right, matching the following signature experiences of Australia partners may help when planning an itinerary. Slide to match. All right, great golf courses, great walks of Australia, and Aboriginal experiences. Tee off, I would say that's the golf, right? Great comfort to explore great outdoors and understanding the culture. I could say here and here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they're all like right on the nose. Like,
Perfect. That was easy. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. We're doing pretty good. It's
Yay.
2 hours. So I guess we'll do 2 of these each time, and then that's a 2 hours. Okay. So again, congratulations. You've now completed the luxury. Dive further into this program. Expert curriculum, sustainability, luxury itineraries, and then trade help. So signature. So again, all this information, you've got your new badge. Okay. Just curious. I want to check this out to see how many this one is. So we've completed 4 of 8, it looks like. Oh. I'm just curious. So I don't have the calendar in progress. View. All right, so we've completed, oops, we did do that. Oh, I have to evaluate it. Yeah, I jumped out too early. All right, tomorrow we're doing Holland America. And, back to training. And then Saturday, we're not doing a training. We're gonna be doing it on Sunday, Tobago, and I will be recording it, okay? So in case you can't make it, it is St. Patrick's Day and it is on Sunday. So if you can't make it, I understand, but I will record it. All right, guys. So again, congratulations. And we'll add this back on for April because as you see, we still have more to finish wherever they are in progress. Okay, so we've completed required complete 4 out of 4. Okay. So we've only done this part so far. So we've got 8 here and we've got to complete 4 out of the 8. Okay, any suggestions on which we'll do? So again, we can do 2 in each session, so we'll do 2 weeks of it again. Do you want to do Australian Wild? Do you want to just go in order? But we only have to complete 4 of the 8. So wineries, lodges, walks, golf course. I don't really care about golf courses or fishing, but I like wildlife.
I think that cultural attractions of Australia would be a good one too.
Okay, so we'll do cultural
And the wildlife.
and wildlife.
Mm,
Do you want
not the golf course.
How about do you want to do great walks, luxury lodges, or winery?
Could do the winery.
Winery, and then one more because we're gonna do 2 each. Wildlife, wildlife, culture. Do you want to go ahead and do luxury or great walks?
Let's do the lodges. We got to know where to send our people.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you want to do culture and wildlife first and then winery and lodges second? That good?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much. Hope you have an amazing day. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Holland or at regionals or at Tobago on Sunday. Otherwise, if I don't see you, I'll see you when I get back on the 28th for Las Vegas training. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Have fun. Appreciate you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Or should I say good day?
Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.